하나님이 성경에 제일 많이 약속한 게 뭡니까?
So what is that God promised the most in the Bible?
하나님이 아브라함 부르자마자 약속한 게 뭡니까?
What is that very promise that God gave to Abraham as soon as he called Abraham?
그리고 예수님이 제일 마지막까지 약속한 게 뭡니까?
And what is the very promise that Jesus promised to us to the very end?
너로 말미암아 천하 만민이 복을 받을 것이다.
Through you, all the nations shall be blessed.
그래서 너를 불렀다 그랬어요.
That is the reason why I have called you.
마지막에 뭐랬죠?
And at the end, what did he say?
모든 족속에게 만민에게
To all nations, to all the peoples,
땅 끝까지.
to the ends of the earth.
그래서 너를 불렀다고 얘기했어요.
For such reasons I have called
뭐죠?
you. What does that mean?
237입니다.
It is 237.
이게 우리 교회 이제 영원한 타이틀이에요. 237. 왜냐? 주께서 말씀하셨어요.
This is a title, eternal theme for our church. This is 237. This is the Lord's utmost desire.
전부 병들어 있어요.
Everyone is all diseased.
영적인 병들어 있고,
They are spiritually
생각의
diseased.
병들어 있고,
Their thoughts are
마음의
diseased.
병들어
Their
있고.
hearts are diseased.
웬 상처를 그렇게 많은지 완전 병들어
They
있어요.
are filled with scars. They are all diseased.
빨리 나오면 이길 텐데 그거 빠져 있어요.
If they could just escape from them quickly, then they can be healed, but they cannot be.
치유.
That's why He's healing.
하나님이 치유하시기도 약속하셨어요.
God promised to heal us.
그리고 뭡니까?
And then what?
세계 살릴 제자로 만듭니다. 서밋.
And to establish us as the summit, as disciples to do world evangelization.
이걸 지금 준비시키는 겁니다.
So that is what God is preparing.
이스라엘 지금 착각하고 있어. 가나안 땅 가서 잘 먹고 잘 산다고 생각하는 사람은 장례식이었어요.
But the Israelites had this great misunderstanding. They were simply thinking that they were entering into Canaan so that they can eat well and have a well-off life. But all those who thought that way, they all died and had funeral in the wilderness.
들어가서는 안 되죠.
Because they shouldn't enter in.
그게 잘 먹고 잘 사는 건 당연한 거고 세계복음만.
It's so rightful for them to have a good life in Canaan, but the only purpose was for world evangelization.
모든 병든 세계 살려야 되는 것이죠.
Because they are there to save and heal all those who are completely diseased.
그리고 우리의 후대들을 어디서든지 살아남는 서밋으로 만든다.
And also we need to raise up our next generation as a spiritual summit so that they can survive and conquer wherever they are.
이걸요. 모든 중직자는 미션화 시켜야 돼요.
All the church officers establish that as your mission.
모든 중직자는 내년부터 메시지 쏟아질 겁니다. 이걸 미션화해요.
All the church officers, messages will be given to you starting from next year. Establish that as your mission.
우리가 미션을 붙잡으면 그때부터 정확하면 그때부터 역사합니다. 틀림없습니다.
The moment that you hold on to the mission, then accurately God will pour down His answers.
오늘도 내가 그런 얘기했죠.
So even today I said this.
우리 교회들 보면 각 이 조직표들 다 있습니다. 이렇게.
So today,
그렇죠?
we have our church organization chart.
저는 그 꼭 필요한 건데 세계복음 할 수 없다고 보거든요.
I think it is needed, but with that we cannot do world evangelization.
왜냐? 237에 관한 미션 없어요.
Why? Because they didn't have the mission concerning 237.
치유 조직 없어요.
I didn't see any organization or system for healing.
그리고 서밋 만드는 시스템 없어요.
And I didn't see the system for raising the summit.
그거 하려고 조직이 있는 거예요.
But we have
그렇죠.
an organization so that we can do these three things.
이걸 만들어야 되는 겁니다.
And that's what we need to make.
하나님이 원하시는 거.
Because that's what God desires.
지금 전 세계 교회가 없거든요. 찾아내야 돼요.
All the churches in the world, they don't have it. That's why we need to seek it out.
거기다가 모든 부교육자들은 목회화로 바꿔줘야 돼요.
And all the associate ministers, pastors, your lives must be transformed so that you can have pastoral ministry taking place.
이거 알아듣는 산업인에게는요, 하나님이 경제력을 주실 겁니다.
And to all the business people who understand that word of God, then God will grant His economy.
그때부터 여러분은 보호자, 동역자, 식균이 되는 거예요.
That from that moment on, you will stand as God's fellow worker or patron or as a host.
그런 얘기했어요.
And I said this.
지금 세계교회 문제 심각한 게 뭔지 압니까?
Do you know what is the most serious problem throughout the churches of the world?
모든 부교육자들이 나는 이 교회에서 평생 사역하고 싶다
All the associate pastors thinking that I want to do my ministry here
라는
in this
생각이
church.
들어야 돼요.
That they should have that kind of thought.
부교육자들에게 얘기합니다.
And I tell this to all the associate
교회가요,
pastors.
저분은 평생 모시고 싶다. 이게 답이에요.
The answer is that
그렇죠.
all the people that you also think that I want to serve
두 개가 같이
this
있어야
person for the rest of my life.
이거 안 되면 전 세계에서 나는 신학생들은 살기 위해서 몸부림을 쳐야 됩니다.
If you don't have this, then just like all the rest of the seminarians, you would have to struggle in order to survive.
똑똑한 아이가 태어나도 키우지를 못합니다.
Even though you have a bright, very smart child, you cannot raise that child.
모든 중직자는 237의 치유선 미션 잡아라.
All the church officers, may you
내년부터 할
hold on
겁니다.
to the mission of 237, healing and the summit. We are going to do it starting
모든
next year.
부교육자는 생을 걸만한 목회의 가치를 찾아내라.
And all the associate pastors truly seek out the very value that you can stake your life for the sake of pastoral ministry.
모든 렘넌트는 거기에 인턴십 걸어라.
And all the remnants really have internship concerning this.
이게 교회입니다.
That's what church is all about.
교회답지 않은 교회를 자꾸 만들어가지고 하나님 축복해 주십시오, 응답해 주십시오. 하나님이 어떡합니까?
And people are simply trying to build a church and establish a church. That shouldn't really be a church. And they're always asking God, demanding God for answers.
하나님이 원하시는 걸 잡아야 돼요.
Instead, we need to hold on to what God desires.
그렇게도 말씀했잖아요. 걱정하지 마라.
So God said, do not worry at
모든 건
all.
너와 함께 하겠다.
I will always be with
모든
you.
백성 족속을 살려라.
That's why go and save all the
그들을
people, all
치유해라.
nations. Go and heal them.
모든 후대들을 살려라.
And heal all the rest of the next
이게
generation.
하나님의 약속이에요.
That is God's promise.
응답 올 수밖에 없습니다.
Then answers have no choice but to come.
미래 걱정 절대 할 필요 없습니다.
Do not ever, never worry about your future.
여러분 어려움이 있습니까?
Are you facing a hardship?
오늘 예배 때 하나님께 내놓으세요.
During this time of worship, lay it all down before God.
실험해 보세요.
Why don't you test it?
시험을 하지 말고 실험해 보세요.
Why don't you experiment it?
여러분 진짜 고민을 오늘 예배 때 하나님께 내놓으세요.
Really lay down, take all your worries and concerns and lay them down before God.
언제 어떻게 응답 오는가 확인해 보세요.
Just wait and see and confirm when God answers you.
여러분은 미래 걱정할 필요 없습니다.
You don't even need to worry about your future
하나님이 정확하게 여러분과 함께 계십니다.
because accurately, correctly, God is with you.